From crimes caught on tape to creatures that are the stuff of nightmares, this list is full of the dark, the eerie, and the unsettling. Let's dive right into the top 10 unsettling VHS tapes that should never be watched. Starting off in our number 10 spot, we have the cold case evidence. This video was posted to TikTok by a user named Sarah Turney. Sarah has quite a crazy TikTok story because she actually used the app to help solve a horrible crime that happened to her own sister. When Sarah was young, her sister Alyssa went missing, and no one was ever charged with the crime, but Sarah always knew it was her dad and set out to prove it and have him charged so that she could bring justice for her sister. Sarah released some VHS footage on TikTok that ended up going absolutely viral. Apparently her dad would follow Alyssa around and film her, and later they found out that he had a camera hidden in their house, which is just very bizarre behavior. This video is one of many that Sarah posted on TikTok and shows when her dad followed Alyssa to her fast food job and was sitting in the parking lot filming her. While this video is creepy on its own, since it's very obvious that she doesn't want to be filmed, it is even more creepy considering all that we now know. Luckily, Sarah's TikTok worked. Later in 2020, her dad ended up being arrested and charged with the disappearance and presumed death of Alyssa, which is a huge win for both her and Sarah. In our number 9 spot today, we have the cursed Mothman. This video starts off with someone walking and searching around some sort of like a park area. It's dark out, so all you can really see is what is illuminated by their light. The camera person is seemingly a bit frantic as they are really moving and filming all over the place. After a few seconds, as the camera moves, we start to see a bunch of what at first looks like butterflies moving around. Strange behavior in general, especially for that time of night. Soon, however, we realize that these are not butterflies, they're moths. Ever heard of the tales of the Mothman? Well, you're about to. As the camera follows the moths, it quickly pans up and reveals the creature himself, the Mothman, hanging upside down, looking creepy as ever. The tales of the Mothman started back in 1966, and while some swear he is just a legend, there are plenty of people who believe that the Mothman is real, and a few even claim to have seen him. Is this proof of his existence? In our number 8 spot today, we have the dark web coordinates. The people who posted this video explained that they received coordinates on the dark web. When they traveled to the coordinates, they found this tape that we're going to be talking about, as well as a collection of other things all said to belong to a killer. I feel like this tape would have still been creepy without knowing the backstory, but it is 1,000 times creepier having those details. The video is fairly long, and while not a lot happens in it, there is certainly something sinister going on. It's basically just a video of a guy digging a hole with a shovel. Okay, on the surface, not too bad. Belong to a killer, gets really bad. We hear him in his car as he arrives at the location. We hear him digging, and you can even see him pick up an object wrapped in a black garbage bag and put it into a hole. You can't really see him, in fact you can't really see much, it's a VHS after all, but there's definitely enough to know what is going on. All I have to say is that I really hope that this video is fake. In our number 7 spot today, we have the cursed Cesspit. I came across this video on Reddit one evening and it quickly sent a shiver down my spine. If you've seen the 2022 horror movie Barbarian, I hope you'll get me when I say this video kind of reminds me of that movie, of course, in the creepiest way. This video appears to have been taken in some sort of tunnel. It's very much giving catacombs energy. As the tape rolls on, we slowly start to see some sort of a shadowy figure creature begin to pop its head out from behind the wall. First a little bit, but progressively they peek out more and more. Whatever this creature is, it's easy to spot with its glowing eyes. As the video gets close to the ending, we see the creature peek out quite far, but when the camera operator picks it up and starts moving closer to the creature, it quickly disappears again before the video just ends. In our number 6 spot today, we have the Chernobyl Tape. This footage comes to us from the later 1980s when there was a nuclear disaster in Chernobyl. In April of 1986, there was an explosion and fire from a nuclear reactor in the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. This explosion happened when there was an issue as they were trying to begin an experiment which was set out to actually hopefully make the reactor more safe. Unfortunately, the way this reactor was designed placed too much responsibility in the hands of the operator. One thing led to another, and it was a huge disaster. The amount of radiation in the air caused alarms at the Forsmark nuclear power plant in Sweden, which was over 1,000 kilometers away, so it certainly wasn't anything to take lightly. The footage I'm about to show you is just a small glimpse into what things looked like soon after the explosion happened. I can't imagine how scary this must have been for everyone involved. Chernobyl today is still pretty much a ghost town, but there are people who live there. Some of them never even left in the first place. In our number 5 spot today we have the Grizzly Man. I want to start off this point by saying that we will not play the tape for this one. It is much too gruesome. If you want to, you can go look it up for yourself, but I will tell you that it can be very scarring, and I just wouldn't recommend it. You know, viewer discretion is advised. These tapes were the last thing that was left behind by Timothy Treadwell and his girlfriend. Timothy Treadwell was known as the Grizzly Man. He spent 13 years in and out of living with bears, which for most would sound like the most terrifying thing that you could imagine, but for him, he wanted to show the world that you could live with bears and that they were not an animal to be feared. Well, even though he was able to spend over a decade in their presence, that would eventually lead to his death. Timothy was making a documentary about bears, so during that time he was with them and he was filming them. One day while he was with one of the grizzly bears and his girlfriend, the bear turned on him and killed him and his girlfriend. You can't see what is happening, but all you can hear is the audio, and it is terrible. In our number 4 spot today we have The Cabin in the Woods. This creepy video was apparently filmed in 1988 and was found in a scary abandoned log cabin deep in the forest in Poland a few decades later. The footage shows whoever is operating the camera walking around filming the log cabin. They end up getting to an open window and are kind of just focused on it and studying it when all of a sudden, out of the blue, it just snaps shut. At the same time that the window shuts, a paranormal sounding yell can be heard, but no one is around and the camera goes blank. I'm not really exactly sure what happened here, but I would have been out of the cabin as fast as I could possibly go. In our number 3 spot today we have the home video. Well, this video is bizarre on several levels, and it's not just the video itself, it's all of the stories that go along with the video. So first let's take a look at what it is. Now, this video was filmed in the 90s and then popped up again on the internet, and the whole thing is it's like a bunch of strange edits and grainy, distorted footage. It jumps around from place to place, but that's not even the weirdest part. The weirdest part is the audio that you can hear in the back of the video. It sounds demonic, like there's some sort of creature that is trying to communicate through the video. But that's just where the creepy stories start. There are a list of people who have said that they've heard hidden messages through this video. Some people say they see a demonic figure pop up only to have it be disappeared when they rewind the footage. There are even stories of people being brainwashed by this tape to do evil things. In our number 2 spot today we have the found footage. This found footage is said to have come straight from the back rooms. It starts off as anyone would expect, the hum, the bland lighting, the seemingly infinite rooms, but this one goes on to become a little different. As this person walks through the hallways, not only can we hear a creepy sort of distorted breathing sound, but they come to find that they might not be as alone as you'd like to be when it comes to the back rooms. They eventually come across a room that is full of strange looking mannequins. Some are missing limbs, some are on the ground, some are just in strange poses, one even has a hand sticking out of its neck where the head should be. As the person continues to walk into the next room, here they are greeted with a gigantic, worn down mannequin head. They stand there taping it in the room for a while, but right before the video cuts out, we hear whoever is taking the video gasp. Who knows what ended up happening to them. In our number 1 spot today we have the Arsonist. This video is definitely dark and just very disturbing. It is a video of an arsonist who had just lit a huge fire. He stands a decent distance away filming the fire and commenting on his work, and man did it ever give me the chills. It's obviously someone who is very proud of the destruction that they are causing. You can hear the fire truck sirens in the background on the way to the scene, which honestly just adds another layer of creepiness in my opinion. The fact that he is willing to stick around and film this definitely increases his chances of getting caught, but I feel like that also shows just how badly he wants recognition for his insane crimes. Watching this video honestly made me feel like I was on a Criminal Minds episode and that I needed to profile who this man was. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon. Bye.